welcome to the 2025 Ohio Artist Registry Juried exhibition. My name is Chaz O'Neill, and I'm the individual artist and the Percent for Art coordinator at the Ohio Arts Council. And I am joined by my new friend today.
Hi, my name's Julia Barrett, and I am the new curator of the Patrick Losinski Gallery here at the Columbus Metropolitan Library. So Chaz, tell me a little bit about the show.
So this exhibition features works from artists who are on the Ohio Artist Registry, which is a free online resource for artists in Ohio.
Wow, so how did you guys juror the show? What happened there?
So we selected 3 jurors. We have a professional artist from the Ohio community. We also have a staff member from the Columbus Metropolitan Library. And we also have a member of the Friends of the Library Board who is on our jury. Yeah.
I love that. And how many works were there?
So there were roughly 360 works submitted to be juried, and so those jurors had the difficult task of narrowing down the final selections.
And there are only 35 pieces in the actual show, correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Wow, I can only imagine how hard it was to juror over 300 pieces and select only 35. And I can only imagine how difficult it is to pick only one piece out of those 35.
That is right. So next you're going to hear from the jurors who had the task of selecting their Jurors' Choice Awards.
My name is Ramey, and I am a board member on the Friends of the Library. I sit on the Community Relations Board of Trustees, and I'm just glad to be a part of this exhibition today. My initial impressions of the artwork that were submitted to the jury is that I was extremely impressed by the diverse range of artists. One thing that I think that they do well is just the submissions of creativity, of color, of medium, the volume. It was very hard to select from each of the artists and what they all had to offer. The criteria that I really looked through is one, creativity. I wanted to see who was the most creative with the materials that they had. The other part that I selected was just diversity, just having a diverse range of what they selected from. And then the last piece was meaning. Reading through some of the stories and the inspiration of the artists and what it brought to be, I thought that it could make a beautiful journey going through the gallery for people to enjoy if they understood the meaning of the artwork. I was a big fan of Guy Horton's superpowers. What drew me into the narrative was the meaning of it. I really loved and thought that the conversation is relevant right now, so to see it artistically expressed was just perfect. I didn't really have to look too far into it to understand the meaning of it, and it drew me in for that reason because I do believe that mental health and just memories and how we process things is an important discussion that we're having in this time, and I thought it really stood out and marked itself in the timeline of our history.
My name is Sowat Sam. I work at the Columbus Metropolitan Library in the IT department. I've always been an artist. The stories, their personal stories is what resonates with me more than the art piece itself. For the individual art piece, what I look at is I try to feel each individual stroke or the pieces that they chose and why they combined them together. And I try to build a story around what they put in their caption and what is on the physical piece in front of me. I like the different pieces that were chosen, the variety of different pieces. And the mediums that they chose for each one of those pieces. It's not the kind of art that I would choose myself, but I appreciate it for just the variety of different pieces. I chose Jennifer Brown, the Ohio Theater. The reason why I chose it was one, it was a wood print, it was in black and white. For myself as an artist, I have always loved black and white pieces. And her work drew me in, not just because of that, but also the history inside the caption. She told a story about how her grandmother had worked there and how she was brought there, and it resonated with me because I went there as a child, and that was one of my first introductions to not just art as an art medium, but art as a physical human medium.
My name is Hiroshi Hayakawa. I'm a local artist, and I also teach at the Columbus College of Art and Design, drawing and photography. I was really impressed by the quality of work I've seen, and it was a really difficult decision, to choose the showpieces. Mainly, I looked at two things. One is the quality of the execution, craftsmanship. The other one is a storytelling element. I wanted to look for something that speaks to me, just going beyond simply a beautifully executed pieces. I think there is a definitely strong sense of aesthetic and craftsmanship. All the pieces selected in the show, they are very well executed, and you can see meticulous artist hands in every step of the way. My juror choice goes to Femininity by Eva Selina. I did like the simplicity of the design, but also there was a really complex narrative going on in the piece. And the beautiful lighting, beautiful pose, and as the title Femininity suggests, there is a kind of interesting complex relationship between artist and what is presented in the work in terms of storytelling. And the hair naturally is a symbol of the femininity. The hair is running down along the spine. She is handcuffed by her own hair. So the hair turned into rope. So it is a symbol of femininity, but at the same time, it is a shackle for her existence.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from our jurors. This exhibition is on display until September 13th, and you can find more information about it by visiting the Ohio Arts Council's website or the library's website. We'd next like to thank the governor, the legislature, and the OAC board for their continued support of our work and for supporting Ohio's artists.